What's up, league managers? It's the Commissioner, Jimmy Milstead, as we present to you our first episode of the Stork Report, live on this Wednesday, October, what is today? The 5th. Well, hockey's around the corner, guys, and I can be more excited as the puck will drop Friday, October the 7th, overseas in the Global Series with the Sharks and the Predators. I believe that is 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And that's 11 o'clock here on the West Coast for most of us on the other side. Without further ado, this is a two-man show. I want to introduce the man, the myth, the legend up in Surrey, BC, or Maple Ridge, right? Our Deputy Commissioner, Kevin Stork. There he is.
Jimmy, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. Yeah, so let me get a seat.
Yep.
Get a little drink of my Timmy's cup. It is
Attaboy,
hockey.
Timmy Horton. And we'd like to thank Porno for Pyros there as our theme song. I'm trying to
Love it.
figure out here. I got 2 videos up here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Do you see two videos of you, Stork?
No, I just see you and me, man.
Okay.
What else you got going on there?
I don't know.
You got some. You typed in porno, right?
Yeah. Hopefully nothing X-rated shows up. But how are you doing, Deputy? Great to have you. And this is the Stork Report.
We are 3 days away from the 22-23 season, which also starts fantasy hockey for us, and I cannot wait. It's hockey season. That's hockey.
That's hockey, baby. So this opening show, we really don't have the format the way I'm going to normally do it. Mainly this show, Stork, you'll probably see me the most, but we'll bring on a guest or two, or it just depends how people's work weeks go. But we'll basically be going over what's going on in our league, who's hot, who's not, weekly scores. There should be a lot of drama here with the Yahoo League. It's been a while for me since I've done a Yahoo League. As far as the fantasy season, we heard your prognostications preseason. Do you have anything you're looking forward to most as far as what the NHL is going to do this season? Of course, you got your Leafs gear on. Is it the Leafs gear?
Well, I haven't said that for a long time, and if you noticed my predictions that I've posted in the last couple of years, I had the Leafs making the playoffs, which they're a good enough team to make the playoffs. But I had to go with my head instead of my heart, and I did not pick them to go to the semifinals or the finals. But this year, I have a feeling, it's just a gut feeling, and I'm feeling pretty confident that the Leafs are going to get over the hump this year, and they're going to take it. Yeah,
it's last year they had obviously another disappointing first round exit, but you saw them. Looks like they were so close. I know you probably say that for a few years, but it really feels like everything's been thrown at them, and once they bust through, man. They got some new faces, a new goaltending duo. I could see either being a disaster because I know what Sammy's all about, but he also has the potential to be a breakthrough. And their number one, I would assume, still 2-time Stanley Cup champ Matt Murray. I mean, this guy has the cups. Can he stay healthy? I think they get that settled. It could be your year, buddy. I mean, 1967. I know you're tired of hearing about that year.
Oh, man. I'm an old man, Jimmy. I was 6 years old when the Leafs last won the cup. Now, I can say that the Leafs have won 4 cups since I've been alive. I just want one more before I die. That's all I want. So I'm not asking for much. I've waited, 33, 55 seasons for a cup win. A lot of people are questioning the goaltending, but I'll tell you what, if Murray can stay healthy, that's the big key. And Samsonov being a good backup, and I think he'll get 25 or 30 games in there if Murray can stay healthy. You got to remember, Samsonov's what? He just turned 24, or he's 23 or something.
Yeah, he's not old at all.
He's got potential, and I think with sitting with having Murray as his mentor, Murray's a good goaltender when he's healthy. He's a solid goaltender, which is why he's got a cup and he's got a ring on his finger. So I'm feeling good if they can stay healthy and they can. They've made a couple of changes. We lost a couple of guys that were key, but I think they did some good add-ons. I'm feeling confident. I really am, and I've never, as you know, my other predictions, I never had the Leafs going to the finals. I mean, you can look at them.
I know
they're there this year.
Yeah, you and Dave Snellgrove of the Probert Etiquette. In case nobody knows who I'm talking about, my brother-in-law. I've got some new blood here in the league. Stork, a guy that's a big fan of Sammy, a fellow Caps fan, Scott Lanham of the Nova Fire Brigade. I know he's in your corner as far as that because he loves Sammy. He ended up picking him. We'll go over the top 10 picks too, by the way. We'll all go over the draft, but real quick, my picks. I went off the board, man. I haven't, as a Washington Capital fan, I'm actually excited about them more than I was preseason, pre-free agency. Of course, they picked up Stanley Cup champ goaltender Darcy Kemper. That'll help their confidence back there. Whether or not Darcy can stay healthy, that's been his Achilles heel, I guess, is throughout his whole career. He's definitely got the talent. He's got fresh off a Stanley Cup championship. They got a fresh goaltending duo in there. I like the additions of Connor Brown and Dylan Strome, who's looking like he's the second line center. They're getting ready to play a preseason game where most of their starters are in. They just need to find a couple of spots left on that roster. I'm really excited about them. As I did last year, I picked the Caps 4th just because let's see what Ovi can do. I know he's not a spring chicken anymore. Everybody's excited. He's 20-some goals away, 21 goals. I can't remember, 22 or so. Gordie Howe's
20, I think it's 23 or 24 away from Gordie Howe's record.
Yeah.
So
he's got 780, right? Gordie Howe.
He'll easily pass that this year, I think. Yeah. If he stays healthy, he's good for 40 for sure.
But a lot of Caps fans in our league. Hopefully nobody's mad at me. I picked them 4th place. I did pick them to make the playoffs, but I went off the board this year. I am going nuts, Stork, because I like to be bold. We talked about that earlier today. I definitely like the Carolina Hurricanes to win the President's Trophy. But there's 2 teams in the West I really like. I like the Los Angeles Kings. Goaltending's their question as well because John Quick, he's definitely not a spring chicken either. And they also got Cal Peterson. But I really like their team, a mix of old and young vets. And I like the Nashville Predators if they can stay healthy. I'm not sold too much on their goaltending tandem, but UC Saros, if this guy's healthy, he's one of the best goalies in the league. And I really like some of the additions they had at free agency. And I picked the Nashville Predators to somehow shock the world because, it's hockey. It's a long season. Let's see who's survives all the injury bugs. And I love that atmosphere they have in Nashville. If they can get years out of Duchesne and Johansson the way they did last year, they got Phillips Forsberg now with his contract situated. I like they're a big team. So, I mean, not a lot of people thinking about Nashville, but that's a tough barn to play in. And I just went off the board. I like their Stanley Cup odds. So I went for a futures. I'm not exactly going to be a fan of the Predators, but like I was with Nick's Minnesota Wild, I ended up picking them with a futures last year. I have them taking a back seat a little bit. with the way their offseason went. But give me the Nashville Predators as my Stanley Cup champ. So uh, send,
Wow.
send all your
Yeah,
hate.
that's bold, man.
Send
Now,
all.
I thought I had the big, the three Bs. I've got the big, bold, and the bias this year because I'm
Yeah,
taking Edmonton to go to the finals.
right on.
But I do have Nashville as a playoff team, and I have LA as a playoff team. I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think the team in the West that's going to struggle, that probably a lot of people will put in. I think St. Louis is going to take a step back this year. I think they're just going to miss out, but they'll challenge Nashville and LA and Vegas for a position. But I think they're going to fall short this year. In the West, I've got Edmonton winning their division. I've got Calgary finishing second in that division, although I think they're going to be a distance from Edmonton this year. I think Edmonton's going to be dominant in that division this year. I've also picked Vegas. I mean, I'm not a big Vegas fan. I know you aren't, Jimmy, but I think they're going to be good enough to hit the playoffs this year again.
Their biggest
And
excuse me. I think their biggest key is that Logan Thompson. Can he fill the void that Robin Leonard out
yes,
the whole season?
Now he's young too, so you just never know, right?
He could be a Calder candidate, but they're going to need him. I know that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And rounding out the West, I've got Dallas and Minnesota, and of course Colorado winning their division too. So that's what I got going on in the West.
I still
as far as the East. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect to Colorado in my little prediction of the Nashville Predators. I still have Colorado winning the division. I just want to see. I got to see the goaltending duo there of Georgiev and I know they mostly want.
Yeah, the guy.
I know the Colorado Avalanche wasn't like totally Darcy Kemper that won it. I mean, they basically won it on their whole team skill. But I still want to see this goal. They're still going to be right there. I have no idea why I didn't pick them again, but sometimes you just it's hard to repeat in this league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they can do it without Kemper. Francois is a pretty darn good goalie, and I think he's got a good backup in Georgiev. So we'll see how that. But I think they're still talented enough to win their division again and be a scary team to play against. But I've definitely got. I'm looking at them to be in the semis this year. Now over in the Eastern Conference, I've got Carolina winning their division, and with the Rangers, Washington, and Pittsburgh all making the playoffs in that out of that division. I think the Islanders will fall short. They'll improve upon last year, but I don't think they have the talent to. I think they're going to be a bubble team, but I think they're going to fall short this year. And over in the other division, I've got the Leafs winning that division, believe it or not. I have Florida finishing second, and I don't think they're going to be the scary Panthers of last year. They're a completely different team this year, and they may need a season or two to meld with the new players that they got. So I think they're going to take a bit of a step back, but they got a lot of talent in Florida. So, I mean, you can't count them out. That's for sure. I also have Tampa Bay, of course. Tampa Bay is going to finish third in that division. And my surprise team of the whole league, I think Ottawa is going to take out Boston for the last playoff spot.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have Boston in.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be without Brad Marchand, even though I think he's going to be back earlier than some think. And they're also.
Well, there's talking about sometime in late November. So.
Yeah.
But they're long in the tooth, Jimmy. They were long in the tooth last year.
Charlie McAvoy, I believe, is out too, if I'm not recall. Mark Raymond did pick him up though on the DB Cooper squad, so maybe he's. I haven't read too much of. I know they're banged up coming in. Just like Colorado is going to be hurting without Gabe Landeskog. I forgot he's but yeah, I mean, I think every team's got some banged up injuries to them.
When you're playing an 82 game season in NHL hockey, you're bound to have some bumps and bruises along the way. Yeah. And the team with the depth is the big thing in the NHL. Today's game, you've got to have depth because you're going to run into injuries. Every team does. And the team with the depth is going to be the one that pulls through it. So,
yeah.
And I think Boston's just long in the tooth, and it's time for them to start thinking about changing up because they're going to lose Bergeron after this year. I don't see him playing another year or two at the most. Marchand is 35. He's starting to show his age with the injuries and stuff. And teams that I have on the rise, of course, are Ottawa, who I think is going to squeak in there this year. And Detroit and Buffalo are going to be much improved. I don't know if they're going to make a playoff spot this year, but they're much improved. So, and I see Montreal falling last in the division this year.
Right. Yeah. To put some guys in like Ottawa, you have to take somebody out. I was torn on that kind of stuff. But I posted my full NHL picks in the on the Facebook page, and that's what I'm going to do. Once I get everybody that wants to do this contest, feel free to bring in your NHL picks. Get them in before Friday's puck drop there in the Global Series. Let's switch over to the fantasy world, Stork. We're fresh off of our draft last Tuesday, a successful draft. I thank everybody for joining. Waylon was the only one that couldn't. He had a late night with fundraising with his football team, but even he, I thought, auto-drafted pretty decent. We got our first round. I was going to go over real quick, not spend too much time on it. Connor McDavid, obviously, number 1 went to Probert Etiquette, Dave Snellgrove. Austin Matthews, number 2 to the DuPont Pipelayers. Leon Draisaitl went to yours truly, the Adna Americans. The Thrill, Kirill Kaprizov went to DB Cooper at number 4. Nate Mack, defending Stanley Cup captain, or not captain, but center. Nathan McKinnon went to the Nova Fire Brigade, and Scott Lanham. Cale Makar, defenseman. First defenseman selected in the draft at number 6 to Jaden, Texas freezing Mike Kuznetsov. And then you Stork, drafted Mikko Rantanen of Colorado from the Langley Scorpions. Number 8 was Julio with Nikita Kucherov. Ovi, Alex Ovechkin, drafted at number 9 by Mark Wood and the Woody Woodpeckers. Jonathan Huberdeau, number 10. He's with a new team, Calgary Flames. I think he's going to have a good year. Wyoming Great Apes, Josh Halsey. Good pick there. Number 11 fell to Mr. Otto, Waylon Wilmot, Washington Wendigo. I think that's going to be a pretty good pick for him. He's the first goalie off the board. Number 12 to close out our first round was Johnny Hockey from the Frozen Norseman, Nick Reedy, who I know wants to be on this show. An interesting first round, Stork. We won't go over all the draft picks. We don't have enough time here in our first show. We've already gone through 18 minutes, but anything in the draft or you can speak on your team. Would you any jaw droppers as far as moves in that first round, or anything you can recall?
No, not really. You and I talked before the draft started, and I told you who I thought was going to come and fall on my team, and I was exactly right. I was also right about who you were going to take, although you were in denial at the time.
I actually almost went Cale Makar. I know you probably would have been shocked, but
I would have been okay with that one too. But I had a feeling you couldn't pass up on Draisaitl.
Yeah,
and I was hoping to get Makar, but I knew that he would be gone before the 7th pick. So yeah. I was all geared up and ready to take Rantanen. So
yeah, that's an excellent. I think the first round went pretty good. There's some other rounds we could go over, but we could do that in the future. We'll already be in our we'll have our league going. Once again, you're going to get 5 ads a week, guys. There's a lot of injuries out there already. I know Waylon, he's suffering. Caleb Talbot, his backup goalie, is out for an extended period. Who else do we have? I know going through my brain right now, some other injuries. Nobody drafted Scott Perinovich, but he's more of a depth player, defenseman. He's out long term. Um, anyways, we'll get that to another show. But overall, I really thought the draft went well. We had 5 of us do that Facebook draft room. I really think that was a late. Nick Reedy's responsible for keeping that alive because I was almost ready to give that up. But I thought that went real well. What did you think, Stork? Is that a good format for next year?
Yeah, it's a fine format. I like the way we did it, but I mean, obviously, when you're drafting 18 rounds, it's going to take a while, and that was a long draft. But perhaps, of course, the league's going to vote on things next year.
Yeah.
The more keepers we have, the smaller and less time the draft will take if we. Again, we voted for no keepers this year, and that's just the way it is. And we'll again look at it in the off season after this year. But all in all, I thought the draft went very smoothly. We had good participation from everybody, and it was exciting. I enjoyed the what was it, 2.5 hours. I enjoyed it, so there was nothing wrong with that.
I thought it was great banner, and that's all I'm looking for. I mean, that's why we do this. We got
we had a fun couple hours. I mean, we did. It was a great time.
We have a good
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And it's going to be all. I'm about to show you what it's all about because once again, guys, our trade deadline will be February 22nd, 2023. But my thanks to everybody who's already paid your $25 fee. Mark Wood, yours truly, Kevin Stork, Julio, David, Nick, Tim, and Mark Rammond. No rush on it. Like I said, as long as we get the dues in by February 22nd, 2023, everything's gravy. First place ends up getting $185. Second will be $90. And third place, you'll be getting your money back. And then, guys, I had a great delivery this week. It's a beautiful looking trophy. I said I was going to unveil this opening night, but I think it's better to do it here on the premiere episode of the Stork Report. What are we calling this anyway, Stork? Are we calling it the Stork Report or the Stork Times?
We can call it Storksdesk.
Okay, we're going to call it the Storksdesk from here on out. I wasn't sure. It's all about you, buddy. I want it to be your show.
Oh, don't make it about me.
But
you can make it about me after I win the championship in 22-23.
Well, you want to see the Stork Cup Championship, sir? This will be a traveling cup. It's officially arrived into the league offices. How about we unveil it, huh?
I can't wait, man.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh, it's a beauty.
All right. In all of its glory, it's about the same bowl size, I would say, of the Lord Stanley's Cup. I didn't expect it to be this big, but it's pretty light. It's got a nice wood base to it. Our first champion will be getting a metal nameplate here. I'll have it made up, and then it's like $3. I'll have it sent out to you. Once again, turn the music down. We'll have
don't forget my address, eh?
Oh wait, I turned Stork music. Let me turn the music off here. Hold up. I didn't hear what you said, Stork. Say that again.
I said, don't forget my address, eh?
Yeah,
you got it written down, right?
Stork's already ready to party with this thing. But basically, once again, the loser of the or the last place regular season is going to help chip in to send this bad boy to whoever wins it. So I can't believe I just touched it, so I jinxed it, but it's impossible. The commission has to touch the cup. But maybe it stays right here. I don't know. But there it is, guys. I hope this suits. It's pretty cool, man. I don't know what
what
cost.
it looks like the Stanley Cup in a box.
Yeah,
it looks really sharp, man.
I think it's got a bigger bowl than my replica cup, and my replica cup fits about 6 beers in it. So
I'm gonna put a Molson Canadian in that at the end of this season.
So we'll feature the cup on. We'll have the cup in the background each show. But we'll send the nameplate out and we'll tell you instructions where to put it. But that's we got a long season, guys. 21 weeks, Storky. We got 5 minutes here. We'll call this garbage time. But 21 weeks, man. Exciting. You get to play your rivals in your division 3 times, and you play the opposite division 1 time. That keeps it special. And like I said, this year we have 6 teams. Maybe next year we'll vote to have 8 teams. We'll see how everybody thinks, but I think it works out well. Both division winners reward is getting that first round bye. Both Gretzky and Ovechkin winners. You gave out your prognostications. I know you don't want to give out your champion, but like I said, there's a couple of teams out there that you really like. Is there any team opening week? You said you liked Mark Raymond and the DB Cooper. I don't have his roster in front of me, but
yeah, I do like DB Cooper. I'm a little worried about DuPont in that division. So yeah, I think they're going to be my rivals all year. So it's going to be the Gretzky division is going to be really, really, really tough. And I think as you can see with my predictions, anybody can make the playoffs because we've got the name of this season is parity, and we got a lot of parity in this league. Not one team looks like they're in trouble.
Yeah, it's that's the name of the game. The more competition, the better. I think the more drama. I'm excited to see the Yahoo format. We didn't really go over. We don't have time this show, but the scoring categories are on the page, guys. And I think the matchups are going to be tight coming. The first week's 9 days with the Global Series, but usually weeks will be 7 weeks. What is it? Sunday to Monday, right? Or no, we start Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday.
Yeah. So anything else you want to go over? We got a couple minutes. I just pretty much fit everything I wanted to fit in. I'm excited, Stork. We play in week 2, so we can.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Those divisional matchups that we have, they're going to be important. I'll tell you that much. So it's going to be important to get off to a good start so you don't fall behind too quickly. But those divisional matchups are going to be tough.
Yeah, if there's any topics you want to cover, anybody in the group want to come on here, feel free to leave notes in the comments here. But usually weekly, we're going to go over matchups, and once the end of the season hits, it's all about like Stork updating formulas on getting in the playoffs, etc., standings. So I'm excited, Stork. I think it's been a successful debut episode. I thank you for joining me up there from. Is it Maple Ridge or Surrey?
It's Maple Ridge, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's Maple Ridge.
Maybe
I'm excited, man. I can't wait 3 more days.
Yeah, let's do it.
All we got to do is wait 3 more days.
We got
we're going to see some stats on our scoreboard, so that'll be cool.
Everybody's chomping to the bit in here. I know everybody's going to be excited, and let's get the trash talking going, man. I'm ready to rock. So I think a great debut episode, Stork. We'll figure out what our best day is. I might do some Facebook Lives during the week, and maybe we can do a Facebook group thing for a big time live game.
I'm thinking a Tuesday, which is the day after couple of days after the final week is over.
Yeah, and we can.
Tuesday's a good day to do the show.
All right.
That's what I think anyway.
So tonight's a test run for me. As far as once I'm done here, I'm gonna stop recording and then I'll upload and I'll see how long it takes. That depends on when we'll have the show out there on Facebook for everybody to watch. But buddy, I can't thank you enough for joining me. And a little loud there.
Sorry, we've got some technical difficulties here.
I wish I had a production guy, but a great debut episode, Stork. we'll talk to you next week, buddy. Good luck to your Leafs. Good luck to your Langley Scorpions and all your other fantasy teams. But for now, it's a great day for hockey. I'll see you when I see you.
Right on, man. See you, boys.